Guys, so as you all might know, I like Alec Benjamin, but there are some times where he does something and I'm like, wait, hold up. And there's like this one thing that he's been talking about a lot that I don't agree with. So in interviews, you might hear Alex say something like, "We don't need to forgive people, but we just need to know where they come from." Well, the thing is, you should forgive people, and I'm a Christian, and I'm not just saying you should forgive people because Jesus said so. Believe me, I'm gonna explain why it's good to forgive people, even if you don't feel like the person deserves it. So Alec constantly talks about how we should just see where the person's coming from, but it's not enough to just see where somebody comes from. Like, there's been times where I've had friends and I just see, I guess, the kind of environment they're in, but it's not enough to move past bitterness and hatred, because when you're somebody who's bitter easily, or if you're someone like Alec has admitted he has OCD, so I'm guessing he can become like fixated on these things. I know when I don't forgive people, I can often become fixated on what they've done. Like, if they've offended me in the past, then I become so fixated on what they did. Like, I keep thinking about it, and it literally rots me inside. It is so bad for me, and like, it just makes me hard. It makes it hard for me to think about anything else just besides, oh, that one person pissed me off. And I get really mad easily, and if you hold grudges and you carry that bitterness in your heart, it is so bad for you. It really makes it hard for me to be happy and for me to just move on from that person. Like, if I don't forgive them, I tend to fixate on them and just think about how they pissed me off, and I just keep thinking about it over and over and over, and it's so, so, so bad. And I know Alex says, oh, you should just try to see where they come from. But the thing is, sometimes even if you see where they come from, you're still not going to forgive them, because sometimes just because somebody had like something bad happen to them doesn't necessarily justify their actions. So you might see, hey, that person had a really shitty family, so I see where they come from, but what they did to me is not okay, so I'm not going to forgive them. And that's kind of what Alec's saying. So you know where they come from, but you're not forgiving them. So for me, at least, I'm thinking, that person offended me. And it just keeps spinning around my brain, and it makes me tend to like fixate on that issue and just think about how that person offended me. Like, if I don't forgive people, that person will be on my mind probably 24/7, and like, that causes me to hold a grudge. And when you hold grudges against people, it really makes it hard for you to see past what they did. Like, also, one thing I have to point out, just because you forgive somebody does not necessarily mean you have to reconcile with that person. Forgiveness is for yourself. It's not for others. It's for yourself. Like, say so-and-so picked on me. Like, I can forgive so-and-so, but I don't have to speak to them ever again. Like, they can get the frick out of my life. Like, I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I forgive you. I've let go of that hate and that bitterness. I forgive you, but I don't want to see you again, and that's fine. You don't have to see their face again. You don't have to speak to them again. You can just cut them out of your life. But as long as you've forgiven them, you're not letting the bitterness inside eat you up. Like, if you don't forgive people have to understand that forgiveness is not for, it's not for other people, it's for yourself. Holding grudges, it's like drinking poison and expecting someone else to die. Like, the only person that's going to get harmed is yourself. If you don't forgive people, the person you're trying to forgive won't get affected. Like, you might not even tell them, I forgive you. They may never say they're sorry. Sometimes when people offend you, they're never going to apologize. Like, I had this one girl who, she did something really mean to me, and she never apologized. But if I don't forgive her, I'm going to just keep thinking about her constantly and letting it eat me up. And it's a really vicious cycle, and it's so bad for you. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to just keep obsessing over a person. But like, if you hold grudges, that hatred is gonna be inside of you, and it's not gonna do any favors for you, hun. And like, come to think of it, I'm guessing that could be the reason as to why Alec seems fixated on his TikTok bullies. Like, I've noticed he tends to like talk about his TikTok bullies a lot. And I know he's like, "Oh, I don't care. It was a joke." But like, come to think about it, he kind of does seem to care about some shits bullying him on TikTok. And guess what? Nobody cares about the TikTok bullies. Seriously. Nobody cares. Well, I don't know. Alec might care, I don't know. But, like, I'm really hoping Alec will see this video because, like, it is so important to realize what forgiveness does for us. When we're forgiving, we're not doing any favors for anyone else. The favor is for us. And you can say, "I forgive you." You can say, like, "Hey, I forgive you," whatever. Or you can reconcile with them. You don't have to, but you can. But ultimately, at the end of the day, forgiveness is so we won't be bitter anymore. And I hope Alec, and I hope everybody will realize this. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Peace out.